Hello everyone, myself Professor A.C. Jadhav, Department of Horticulture, Wagh College of Agriculture Biotechnology, Nashik. Friends, this video is only for the educational purpose and not for any of the commercial means or the use. In the first part of our video, we studied the propagation by the grafting method, particularly in which we studied the technique during the grafting and the sign attach method. This second part is mainly concerned with the sign detach method. So let's be study this. The first important method is a stone grafting. In a stone grafting, or this practice is commercially used in a mango, and through the or in a mango, the success percent of the stone grafting is near about 70 to 80%, and that's why it is the commercial used method. During the stone grafting, first one that is the need of the rootstock. During preparation or for the rootstock preparation, mainly we select the stone or freshly harvested stone because the viability period of the mango stone it is very short, and that's why we prefer the freshly harvested stone. This stone we place or the stone on the raised bed, and it may be in a directly polythene, and within a week its germination start. Then when the plant attained 3 or the 4 leaf stage, or after 10 to 20 days when the leaves shows this type of the bronze or the new bronze color, then this is considered to be the ideal period for the grafting practice. During that period, that stone part is attached with the root, and then after it will detach. So this period, when we follow this practice, the stone is attached, and that's why the method is called as a stone grafting. Second, that is selection of the scion. As per our used or the preference, we can select any variety of the mango or any variety for the grafting. On a selection or during the selection of the scion, the defoliation should be followed. It should be near about 7 to 8 days before the actual practice. This practice of defoliation enhance the accumulation of the food material within the scion stick, and there is an increase in meristematic activity which helpful for the success of the graft. In this way, we select this scion. Then after the during actual practice, we near about cut the rootstock at 7 to 8 centimeter from the ground level and make such type of the V-shaped cut, which is 3 to 4 centimeter in a length. Same type of the slanting cuts on a both side which make the wedge shaped cut on a scion. This cut length of the rootstock and the scion it will be same, so that it is properly placed within the scion when we can fix it, and in this way there is a good cambial contact of the scion and the rootstock which help for the success of the graft. These operations is firmly tied, or this operated part is firmly tied by using the polythene tape or the plastic tape having 200 to 250 gauge or 1.5 centimeter width. Near about within 3 to 4 weeks, bud will sprout and new growth of the shoot will start within 1 to 1.5 months. The grafted plants are then kept in a shade before final transfer to the field. Proper healing and subsequent growth of the scion plant takes place due to the store food material in the stone and highly meristematic activity. The best and the ideal period for the stone grafting practice in a mango is July to August, when the climatic condition is enriched with the humidity. The main advantages which we obtain by this technique is the success rate. It is near about 70 to 80%. Then it requires the less time and the less expenditure as compared with the other method of grafting. Then the quick method of the mango multiplication can be possible by the stone grafting. No irrigation and the watering is required because the period of the grafting is mainly the rainy season and the most suitable for the coastal region. There is a one limitation or the disadvantage is that the stone grafting is carried out when the age of the rootstock is 8 to 10 or maximum 20 days only. And with advancement in age of the stock, the percent of the success is reduced considerably. So this is about whole is stone grafting. Next important method is a softwood grafting. In a softwood grafting, all these steps like collection of and selection of the mango stone, then rising of rootstock, selection and preparation of the budwood, and the grafting procedure are similar to the stone grafting, except the age of the rootstock. In a softwood grafting, the operation is carried out on the rootstock of 1 year old seedling, and such a method is usually followed for the in situ grafting in a stone and the softwood. This is only the difference that in a stone, the age of the rootstock which we use, it is only up to 1 month or up to the 20 days maximum. While in case of the softwood grafting, the rootstock it is having the 1 year old age. Particularly during the stone grafting, if the graft is not success, the same type of the rootstock we will used on the next year for the softwood grafting technique. This is the commercial method of propagation in many of the fruit crops like mango, cashew nut, jackfruit, jamun, etc. Next important method is a veneer grafting method. This method is again commonly used in a mango, in avocado like a crop. Veneer grafting is commonly practiced in a West Bengal region. During this practice or in this method, the sign terminal shoots of 10 to 15 centimeter of pencil size thickness are used as sign. Terminal shoots with a plumpy or the slow-on buds that are about to sprout in a fortnight are considered an ideal. The terminal shoots are defoliated a fortnight prior to their cutting from the parent trees. Immediately after the cutting, the sign shoot is given a slanting cut of 3 to 5 centimeter long on one side of the cut and remove the bark and wood to half of its thickness. The skill is necessary to making such type of the clean cut. A notch made in a selected mango seedling up to the 5 centimeter deep in an obligate manner on any convenient side. The cut end of the cyan shoot is placed into the position and wrapped with the polythene tape. The seedlings are watered regularly so as to ensure the good sap flow for promoting the speedy growth of the seedling. September to the October is considered to be a favorable period for this veneer grafting technique. Cyan shoots start sprouting within 3 to 4 months of the practice. 3 to 4 weeks of the practice. The graft will be ready for transplanting or the planting within 3 months. And the success of this method is mainly considered near about 75 to 80%. And this is again the useful method, particularly in case of the mango. The next method is a splice grafting method. In a splice grafting methods, mainly we can observe that the slanting type of the cut means the cross cut or the direct slant cut we will given like this one on the rootstock and the same on the cyan. This type of the splice grafting is nowadays commonly followed in many of the vegetable crop for the grafting purpose, because in a vegetable crops we have a need of the tender type of the plants for the grafting, and the success rate through these techniques is considered to be the highest one. So during this technique we have a need of the near about month old rootstock and the month old cyan. So many of the brinjal and the tomato variety we can graft on the rootstock, and both are tender in a position in such conditions. So we can directly make the slanting cut on the rootstock and same type of the slanting cut on the cyan, and then we can unite. So here, due to the tenderness of the shoot, it is not possible to wrap this union or the cut by the help of polythene tape. So here we use such a type of the grafting clip which hold this union, because we have a need of only 2 or 3 days to make the union complete or to make it success. So that's why such type of the holding clips we can use for proper union of the rootstock with the cyan. So in this way, nowadays the splice grafting method is very popular in many of the vegetable grafting. Next one is a cleft grafting technique. This method is again known as a top working technique. It is one type of the technique through which we can renovate the old trees. In this technique, the tree, which is generally old and decline in its production or produce the inferior quality of the yield, such type of the tree, first of all, we can totally top work. We can top work it from the ground near about at a 1 meter height from the ground level. On the back, longitudinal cut of the 5 to 8 centimeter are made from the top with the chisel like this way. Then the bark is exposed in a strip all around the circular stem. This should then such a type of the practice in which we can expose the open area or the open cut of the main rootstock. For these, the best time is considered to be August or October. In this way, we can prepare our rootstock. Then, after we have a need of the cyan. Near about 1 year old terminal shoots with a slowen buds having 9 to 12 inches long are selected as a cyan, and then the lower end is made into the wedge by using the sharp cutting knife or the grafting knife. The wedge is made by the cutting the bottom of the shoot slanting from the two opposite sides. These shoots are defoliated and inserted into the slits between the bark and the wood on the old trees which have been cut back. Cyan sticks are inserted on the main trunk depending on the thickness of the trees. After inserting, we have a care should be taken that any type of the gaps of the air should be properly closed. With the same reason, after inserting all the shoot into the bark or into the opening of the bark, then we can immediately close this open area by the mixture of the wax. This helps to keep the joint waterproof and definitely the airproof. So this is about the cleft grafting through which we can totally renovate the old plants, and in this way the new crown we can maintain which further extend the productivity of that old plant. Next one is a whip tongue grafting technique. This is again rarely used type of the method, because this method is need more skill for the technique or more skill for the operate. This method of the grafting is used to join the plant part together which are 1 inch in a diameter. The stalk and the cyan should be same size in a vigorous growth, having the sap in a free flowing condition. Seedling stalk is headed off or the cut at the height of near about 20 centimeter from the ground level. The seedling stalk is after the heading, then taking the diagonal slanting cut of 3 to 5 centimeter in a length. Then the cyan branch of about 20 centimeter length from the mature wood previously defoliate is to be selected. Then same type of the slanting cut along with the tongue we can make on the cyan also. And then after this prepared cyan we can insert into the stalk in such a way that there should be a close and the proper contact in between the cyan and the stalk, and then such cut is tied firmly and properly with the help of the polythene tape, And in this way we can follow this type of the weave grafting technique. It is used in an apple like a crop. Next one is a saddle grafting. Saddle grafting, it is again not that much popular method. The technique which we can use near about exactly opposite to that of our wedge grafting or the cut which we can use during the softwood or the stone grafting. As usual, the care is taken to select the stock and the scion of the equal thickness in saddle grafting also. The rootstock is again cut at the height of 20 to 25 centimeter from the ground level. By taking the two diagonal cut opposite one another to meet at the center to form the wedge-shaped cut on the rootstock, which we given on a scion at the time of the wedge grafting. While the same size of the V-shaped cut we can given on a sign on a scion. Then the size of this cut is again the same as per the rootstock. Then after these V-shaped scion we can insert on a wedge-shaped rootstock, and then we can tight it by using the sutli or by using the polythene tape properly. The proper season for operation of this technique or the grafting is August to October, when the climatic condition enriched with the humidity, and this is mostly follow in a mango, but not commonly because the success rate as compared with the stone grafting and the enarching is considered to be a poor one. Then our next method is a bridge grafting technique. Bridge grafting actually is a one type of the repairing technique. Many times we can observe that the trunk or the bark of any mature tree, it may be the damage by the climatic incidents or it may be due to the insect or the disease problem. So if the bark is damaged, the many time it can interrupt the growth of plant or the growth of the tree. So in such conditions we can follow the bridge grafting techniques to repair such a type of the damaged wood or the damaged bark. In this technique, on first of all, from the trunk, the part which is totally damaged, we can remove or the scrap by using the chisel. Then in this way, in the form of the patch or in the form of the ring, we can remove that damaged part. And then nearmost or at the end of this ring or the patch, we can make such type of the notches for the insertion of the scion. Then after we prepare the scion, so the newly grown or near about the mature scion, thin scion we can use for the bridge grafting technique. In this scion there should be a proper availability of the birds and the safflow conditions in a scion. Then after we can make the scion by giving the slanting cut on a both side. This slanting cut should be such a way that it should be properly insert into the notches which we make on the trees of damaged bark. And then after this scion, we can insert into this damaged part. Okay. And then for the proper contact in between the scion and the bark tissue, we can cover it by using the wax. In this way, after certain period of the time, there is a union in between these two, and we can observe that this damaged part is continuously repaired and it can reflect into the growth of the main tree or the plant which we repair. So this is the bridge grafting technique. So all these are the different types of the scion detach method. Thank you. Thank you very much.